Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we are going to be talking about even more prospects that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have met with here at the NFL Combine. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button if you do enjoy these types of videos, and leave your thoughts and opinions about all of these players that the Buccaneers have met with here at the Combine down in the comments section below. I know we've had a lot of content here on the channel. We will have even more content tomorrow regarding offensive linemen, some of those people that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers may or may not have met up with. And yeah, it's a lot of content. There's also a lot of articles being written over at BucsNation.com. Definitely go make sure you go check out the articles over there. Myself and Evan Wanish have both been writing a good amount of articles, so make sure you go check them out as we have been writing all about what is going on here with the Bucs and the Combine. And I know in a previous video I did here with Matt Matera, I talked about how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have met up with Colorado State tight end Trey McBride, but there are even more prospects that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have met up with. Myself, Matt Matera, we were able to ask some questions of some of the prospects that were here today, wide receivers and tight ends, and we were able to gather a couple more prospects that have met up with the Bucs, and the prospects go as follows. For the wide receivers, you have Chris Olave out of Ohio State. He has met up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You also have Khalil Shakir out of Boise State. Fun fact, Khalil Shakir's dad actually lives in Tampa, and Khalil Shakir said that he would like to go to Tampa, although obviously he can't predict where he is going to go. But, you know, Tampa's a place he likes. Of course, it makes sense. His dad lives there, and he's also had a meeting with the Bucs. For the tight end room, besides Trey McBride, which we mentioned earlier today, the Buccaneers have also met up with Jeremy Ruckert out of Ohio State. So that's two Ohio State players the Buccaneers have met up with. That is very interesting. And also Greg Dulcich out of UCLA. And what's really interesting about all of these players that the Buccaneers have met up with, right? Chris Olave, Khalil Shakir, Jeremy Ruckert, and Greg Dulcich, all of these guys can block. Right? In the case of Shakir and Olave, these guys are big, fast, physical wide receivers that can give you a lot of really good things, not just as a receiver, but also as a blocker as well, which, of course, as we all know, is very, very important for Bruce Arians and what he likes to see in an NFL caliber wide receiver. And then, again, in the case of, Jeremy Ruckert and Greg Dulcich, these are guys that are not just capable receiving tight ends, but some of their main calling cards are their blocking abilities. Much like what we talked about with Trey McBride, Ruckert and Dulcich, these guys are big, gritty, get after it tight ends who are really going to hold up in the run blocking part of their game, which again is very much something that Bruce Arians likes. One of the main things he enjoys in what a Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end should do. So in the case of Chris Olave, this one's interesting because this is a guy that a lot of people have mocked to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round. I'm going to be starting to do some mock drafts here very, very soon. I'm going to have my first one coming out here very, very soon, maybe by the end of this week, but also maybe at the start of next week as well. So Chris Olave, yeah, he did meet up with the Bucs. Kind of fits what's going on with the mock drafts right now. Shakir, Khalil Shakir, another wide receiver that could be a mid-round draft pick, maybe even, maybe a second-round draft pick. I believe Khalil Shakir is the 13th ranked wide receiver right now, so that definitely could be a guy who you take at the end of the second round, be a guy that maybe you take somewhere in the third round. And yeah, it seems like the Buccaneers are doing their homework on some of the top wide receiver prospects here in the draft with Chris Olave and Khalil Shakir. Then in the case of Jeremy Ruckert and Greg Dulcich, these guys, again, they are towards the top of the tight end prospect rankings right now. I believe they are in top 7, top 8, something along those lines. These guys are also two tight ends that could be a second or a third round draft pick depending on how the draft falls. I don't think that'd be a crazy notion. I don't think that'd be a crazy thing to say. The Buccaneers could very well need some heavy, good reinforcements at the tight end position. Rob Gronkowski's got an expiring contract. O.J. Howard's got an expiring contract. Cam Brate, what's going to happen with him? Is he going to take a pay cut, or the Buccaneers going to cut him outright? And then if you do get rid of Cam Brate, you don't have anybody really at the tight end position besides Cody McElroy. And maybe one other guy, but Cody McElroy is the only name that comes to mind right now. So, there's a very, very realistic possibility that you are going to need one or heck, maybe even two starting tight ends. And sure, you could get one in free agency, something along those lines. Maybe you do bring back an O.J. Howard. Maybe you do bring back a Rob Gronkowski. But I would say, at the very, very least, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to consider taking a tight end in the second round or the third round, just because of the sheer need that they're going to have going into this upcoming offseason. And I like all the guys that have been confirmed to meet up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chris Olave, great receiver. Khalil Shakir, great receiver. Trey McBride, which we talked about earlier. Jeremy Ruckert, and also, Greg Dulcich. All of these guys are all really, really good skill position players that I feel the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could be very well interested in the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. So, yeah, been a lot of fun to get this coverage here at the NFL Combine. Tomorrow is going to be offensive linemen, but for now, let me know your guys' thoughts on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers meeting up with all these prospects. What do you think about the 5 guys that I mentioned? Or I guess 4 guys, not including Trey McBride. Do you want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to draft any of the players that I mentioned in this video? Or do you feel that they should go other directions besides wide receiver and tight end in the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Let me know them down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Now I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.